This video brought to you by Mike's Barbecue.
Well, Route 32 in Rising Sun.
Come on down, we got some great food. That's Mike's Barbecue.
Is there anything wrong with being called a redneck? Every state has them, especially Maryland. You just might find that lots of people in the old line state are at least a quarter redneck. The goal today is to show where the most redneck cities are in the big old state of Maryland. How'd we do it? We measured the things most rednecks love. You know, shooting, hunting, fishing, chewing tobacco, even Walmarts. Let's get started. Our first stop on the Redneck Tour of Maryland brings us to Oakland, a necky little place way out in the hills along Route 219. They got their very own Walmart all to their own this way, and plenty of dollar stores too. Did you know that Oakland hosts the annual Redneck Days event every summer? We're pretty sure you can imagine what happens way out here right before you get to West Virginia. And we all know what they do in West Virginia. Way down just about the end of Route 5 is the real redneck town of Ridge. You know when you get there, because you'll see a big old pile of beer cans everywhere. This place is 90% white, and the high school graduation rate's one of the lowest on this list. And as we know, rednecks just hate school. But that's okay, Ridge rednecks. Maybe you got it all figured out. You knew that getting stuck in the mud on Monday morning was way more important than sitting in math class somewhere. If you headed due east from DC and drove all the way to the water, eventually you come to Shady Side, Maryland, which is 5th for places to get chew and 7th in Maryland for bait and tackle. You might have to call these guys rednecks with paychecks when you consider that 90% of the folks here graduated high school and many have good jobs. Does that make these water bellies less redneck? Not a chance. They just express their redneckery in different ways, that's all. Seems like there's rednecks in every nook and cranny in Maryland. Our next stop takes us to Edgewater, a little spot along Route 2 at the edge of the Chesapeake. Here, the number of places to get chew and bait through the roof, as are the number of bars in town. Other Edgewater redneck musts: a red solo cup for spit and chew, a sunburn, an old ball cap, and a fishing pole. Continuing our redneck tour of Maryland, we come to Frostburg, a necky little college town way up by Pennsylvania. This place has the 10th most trailer parks in the area and the 8th most bars per capita in Maryland. Plus, they have a Walmart all to their very own here. For a redneck, that's like short lines at Disneyland. Frostburg ain't first class, but they ain't white trash. They're wild and a little crazy too. Some girls don't like Frostburg guys. Aw, but some girls do. It's starting to look like an even split between northern and southern Maryland when you consider the statistics. Deale ranks 15th for bars, 12th for chew, and 3rd in Maryland for fishing and bait shops. Deale America is right along the Chesapeake, which means lots of rednecks with paychecks can come down here and stick a pole in the water. Heck, lots of them probably spend all day out here, plucking out rockfish, catching a buzz, listening to the Ravens on the radio.
This is Mike at Mike's Barbecue again. Did I mention that we got gator? We got some good gator. Come down and try our gator, or we will throw in some hush puppies. That's Mike's Barbecue.
Well, Route 32 in Rising Sun. If you took your beat-up Chevy east of Hagerstown, after about 8 or so beers, you come to Taneytown. This place is 90% white and has the 5th most gun stores in the state. Taneytown's home to the Redneck Women's Hot Dog Wagon and a place called the Redneck Cycles. Plus, they're 7th in the state for number of dollar stores per person. That means there's no excuse for a Taneytown redneck to show up to an Emmitsburg barbecue empty-handed. If you like your women just a little on the trashy side, then head over to Cecilton, a tiny little town way up in Cecil County. This little place is 81% white and smack dab in the middle of a beer-guzzling chunk of small-town USA. Cecilton is 8th in Maryland for trailer parks and 5th in the state for places to get chew. Plus, online forums say the land around Cecilton's home to some of the best deer and waterfowl hunting in the state. What does a Cecilton neck do when he shoots a 12-point deer? He makes it his Facebook profile pic. You know there's lots of rednecks in Thurmont, a small little town along Route 15, about 5 years north of Frederick. Are there a lot of rednecks who are in the Klan, or are most KKK members rednecks? Either way, this place was once the center point for white supremacism in Maryland, and there's still a lot of that lingering to this day. Rednecks way up here have it made, actually. They can spend all day long shooting at stuff. You know, deer, turkey, gray squirrel, brown squirrel, coon, beaver, baby otter. These guys might think of you as a target too. So you better not cross them when filling up at highs. And where's the most redneck city in Maryland? That would be Rising Sun. Located up in Ceciltucky, we're speculating this entire place is some shade of neck. They rank 3rd for smoke shops, 7th for mobile home parks, and they're 5th in Maryland for bars per capita. You gotta love the folks up here in the country, where they spend more time worrying about when the deer are coming their way than they do cracking the books. Rising Sun rednecks wear camo to church, so you know they're gonna wear camo to Olive Garden. If you live in Rising Sun, or any of the other rednecky Maryland cities listed above, you live in redneck heaven. Consider yourself blessed.
Y'all come. Y'all come. Oh, you all come see us down there.